Hey, it's JamiThatsMe here. We are back to talk about the old ultimatum. Okay, we are on episode 7, so let us go ahead and get right on into it. So Zena and JR kick things off. Okay, Zena lets them know that is I'm sorry, not Zena and JR, but Zena and Scotty. They kick things off because they're sitting at the table at this point, and it's time for them to pretty much talk about their experience in their trial marriage. She says that it really started off beautiful. Everything was good at first, and she believes that he really does want marriage. But after the guys' night, things changed. Okay, she says things changed, and whatever happened with them, he transferred over into their relationship. Okay, she says that she felt interrogated about JR. Okay, even though JR knew absolutely nothing about what was happening with her relationship or her trial marriage with Scotty. Okay, Scotty says, well, I felt that my character was being attacked, and some people may not care about that, but I do. Scotty, baby, whatever you said just didn't make sense for me. It did not justify anything. I feel like if anything, I guess it did justify something. It justified the fact that Miss Zaina was right in exactly how she felt. Just because you felt as though your character was assassinated or it was attacked or whatever the case is, you should have taken it out on JR, which you kind of did. So for you to come home and to give that energy to Zaina the way that you did, you were completely out of line. You was fucking out of line. The way you tried to death stare her and intimidate her, who the fuck do you think you are? Shout out to Zaina and the person that she is, that she was just so calm and she was able to how can I say this? Maturely collect you because you were fucking out of order. And as we continue to watch the season, when I tell y'all I want Arya to run for the hills, I mean it, girl. Run for the hills, run to the mountain. I don't care where you run to, but you need to run from him. And I think that you know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. Scotty, I was liking you at first. I was okay, I'm with this. Da, 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 I'm with this. I thought it was cool, but I'm so glad you really I'm glad you took the blinders off, baby, because absolutely not. So, anywho, all right, he talks about what bothers him the most, or what bothered him the most was Zaina inserting her pettiness and how he felt like it was unacceptable. How did she insert her pettiness when you were out of line? I am so confused. Y'all know Zaina felt exactly how I felt. Zaina was like, okay, like this dude is weird. Like, okay, that's what her response was given to me. Um, he was wrong. He was just wrong. Okay. He Scotty says that she'll make a great wife though, and she helped him evolve his view on marriage. I don't believe nothing he talking about. He talking about some evolve his view on marriage, and then in episode 8, we gonna see him show his R's when it comes to Arya. Like, I don't nothing about you has evolved. Evolving is taking accountability for me. That's evolving. Evolving is you taking accountability and just recognizing what you did wrong. And you're not always right. And it's always somebody else being the problem with very little of you being the problem. Like Scotty gets on my like I can't. Like this man, baby. All right, you guys. So let's get to Caleb and Arya because Caleb says that he didn't want to pursue Arya romantically nor put up a facade, and him just coming in as his true self really allowed his process to go well. Like it really helped his process. Things went really well with Arya. Arya says that he helped her solidify her reasons for why she doesn't want to get married. Okay, she says that she has guilt. She says she had guilt because she doesn't want to overstep because of Mariah and her feelings, even though they're broken up or whatever. But she does go on to tell him again that they would make a great couple if they were married. Because he made her feel seen. She says he made her feel seen. You could tell Mariah doesn't really like this, and she decided to like ask. She says she asked her if she could see herself pursuing Caleb beyond a friendship. So it seems like Mariah and Scotty are trying to gauge the situation with Caleb and Arya. Caleb is not being 100% honest about his feelings. I don't know why it's so difficult for him to admit that he did develop some feelings for Arya, despite the fact that he was pursuing it as just a friendship. But he kind of answered that a little bit when he says, well, I didn't try to pursue her romantically. I was just being myself or whatever. I didn't want to put up a facade. And we ended up developing a really great friendship. And I feel like for the basis of a great marriage is a good friendship. And that's what we have. So I feel like, unfortunately, he's not as direct. And if you kind of, I guess, read between the lines or whatever, he is pretty much telling Arya the same thing. Like, yeah, I think that we would make a great couple if we were married, because we have the foundation of a great friendship, and I think that's going to make for a great marriage, right? So I just want him to be a bit more direct, but it's okay. All right. So when Mariah asked, Arya the question about whether she's interested in pursuing him beyond a friendship, Arya didn't really answer the question. She really didn't answer the question. She just says that Caleb has qualities that she would want for her husband. And she said, did I answer the question?" And I said, "Girl, you asked that at the perfect time, because I literally was just saying that you did not answer the question." And Mariah was like, well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this. It's not, yeah, you really didn't answer the question, girl. Okay. Let's get to Nick. Nick says that he wasn't expected to be left alone, and running into Sandy shortly after being left alone really hit him really hard, especially once he learned about the fact that she kissed JR. So obviously, Sandy and Nick maintained conversation. He says he ran into Sandy. I don't believe he ran into Sandy at this moment. I feel like he and Sandy both agreed to link up at a certain place at a certain time. And moving forward, I've said this before in my first review, and I'm saying it again. I'm not saying we got to cut off complete communication, but I do feel like producers are there. So if you need to get access to your significant other, your ex or whatever, for a particular reason, then utilize the producers or whoever your point person is. But I think that they need to cut off communication. It does take away from the experience. And also, if y'all would have did that, we would not have had, in my opinion, three couples leaving the damn show as soon as they get partnered up with somebody. It defeats the purpose. So y'all are gonna have to change some stuff, because I just don't think they should be able to communicate like that. Okay, I just don't. Like, I understand like that it's like, dang, that's messed up. It's like a hard cutoff from a person that you've spent years getting to know. But at the same time, you guys understood and know why you entered this experience, and you knew that that was also going to be on the table, that you guys would be exes. So once you sign the dotted line, that means that you guys agreed to what it's gonna be. And I just don't think that they should do that moving forward. Okay. So Zena, when she learns about the kiss baby, she's like, oh, what? Hello, where the hell was I at? Because why am I just now learning about the fact that you kissed Sandy? When did this happen? And JR's like, well, it was mutual, but we already talked and we said that we have no boundaries, and if there were, I wasn't coming on the show. You want to find your. It's like, you want to scoot back just a little bit, sir. Who you yelling at? And you really weren't yelling, but who you getting loud with? Okay, I don't like that. That's you knowing that you're in the wrong for doing what you're doing after y'all have had conversation and not telling her. Now, granted, she does agree and says, yeah, likewise, like, yeah, that is something that we agreed to. But we also said if certain things transpired, that, the person will be held accountable for their actions, and then we'll make a determination on where we want to go with this. You know what I'm saying? And whether we want to continue to be together or whatnot. And I said, clock him, Zana, girl. And he gonna talk, so can I talk? She says, actually, no. I love it. I love it, because she's not a person that typically gets like really upset. I like how she's in control of herself. She's like, actually, no. Yada yada yada. But also, Zana, you might have to turn up on this one good time. I'm just telling you, don't get upset. I'm just telling you, you might need to turn up on his one good time. Because I feel like he be playing with you. He really does take your kindness for weakness. He really does, girl. And I just want you to, like, I've been through this so long, and I'll be damned if I see another. She gonna be rocking chinchilla girls. I let you go. It's like, girl, you gonna need to get in your ring the alarm, okay? Just a little bit, please, because he be playing on your top a little too much for me, okay? So he says he didn't know she was testing him. What? somebody come get him. Get him up off the table. Okay, he gonna need a timeout. Okay, either time him out, or I'm gonna clock him out. Okay, that's what she should have told Nick and Vanessa. Because what do you mean you didn't know she was testing you when that's the reason that you guys are on this show? This show is a test, it's an experiment. Okay? What do you mean? He's talking about some I took the experiment, seriously, and I was just being in the moment. Girl, it sound like what that boy said. I'm sorry I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. So, my issue was, my thing was this when he said that. I'm like, say, bro, just take that L, dog. Take the L, sit in it, accept accountability, responsibility, whatever it is, for not letting her know you wanted and see that's what kills me with Zena and JR, and I really don't want her to be with him. Because it's really given it's my way or it's likely no way in a sense, because she wanted to come on this show because she's trying to get him to propose or move to the next step. He says, I'm not coming on the show if, if we gonna have all of these different, restrictions or whatever like that. I'm not gonna participate in it. So we gonna have to just, if I gotta have restrictions, I ain't going. It's still him kind of getting his way in a sense. So you go along, and I feel like y'all do that a lot in your relationship. You go along. I don't know if him allowing you or making you orgasm for the first time got you in a chokehold or something like that. I don't know if it's the body, okay, and the eye, face, or whatnot. I don't know what got you in such a chokehold. I'm thinking it may be that Zick. I'm thinking it may be the fact that, he make you orgasm or something like that, because I do think you go along likely with whatever he wants. And I do feel like you like him more than he may like you. I also think that he thinks he's God's gift to women now that he has found his confidence and he's found the fitness recipe. In my personal, and I just think you deserve better than that, girl, for sure. But anywho, Zaina says we did have a conversation that if anything happened, then people will be held accountable for it, and then we'll decide what's next. So JR says that he came there to get his answers, so he embraced the experience. Um, he's feeling judged based on what people see of between him and Sandy. He says, I feel like I'm being judged based on, what people see on the outside between me and Sandy, but they don't know what's really going on with us. Like, they don't really know. Okay. I mean, let's be honest, baby. The outside really ain't too much different from the inside. And you talking about being judged on the outside, but NIGGA, and we're gonna get into more. Cause this man really ticked me off for real. Like, you just overpraise a woman that you've only known for 3 weeks, and I feel like you didn't really get them same praises to your girl until like the end. I feel, but anywho, so Nick says he never thought Sandy would go anywhere until it started happening. And Nick says that, you guys did not do anything wrong. Like, you guys did what you were supposed to do. This is a part of the process. You guys did what you did. It just was rough for me because I didn't have anybody. So I'm left with my thoughts and all of my negative thoughts. So I kind of made the situation bigger than what it was. And JR says that them choosing each other was the best thing that they could have done. Now, this is where JR goes into a spiel for a long time. Now, I know they probably edited it down, but I really wonder how long did he talk? Talking about Sandy, praising Sandy like she's just this phenomenal woman. And I'm not saying that she is, but sir, the way that you went on and 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 on talking about this woman that you've only known for 3 weeks when you've been with this other lady for 3 years is crazy to me. Okay. So he's over there just bragging about her, but then also at the same time, he was really trying to sock it to damn Nick, trying to make Nick feel away. And it kills me because when he opens up at some point and talk about him being insecure or whatever the case was when he was a kid and talk about his childhood and stuff, you know exactly how that feels to feel low. And then you try to inflict that over there on Nick because you feel like you up one now. Like, I don't know, like, he just did too much, and I'm just like, the more he does, the less attractive he is. But anywho, So he says he feels like he felt like he was in a real marriage. Oh, Sandy, she's the total package. He brings up meeting her mom, and she wants me to come to Christmas dinner, and I think I'm gonna take her up on that offer too. Like just going on and on, and they just let him go. Meanwhile, my girl Zena over there, like, is this nigga stupid? Like she over here just like kind of like making facials as she should. So he then goes on to tell her that she's the most best active listener he's ever been around in his life. Disrespect to the woman that's been there that you would want to say is the best girlfriend you've ever had. But Sandy's the best active listener you've ever had met in your entire life. Like, what the hell? Okay, and if this is how you finna go on and 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 on, hold on. I'm not finna listen to you, baby. So you right. Let her be the best active. Because if you finna go on and rag, like, cut me off. I'm not finna do that. I don't want to hear it. Okay? Girl, I said he's so fucking disrespectful. Zaina, I want you to take all of this in. Stop acting like he is the only person that gets to make a decision at the end of the day. You do too. So if this ain't what you want, you ain't gotta be with that. He says Zaina is amazing. I mean, they're both amazing in their own way. And I feel like he only included Zaina on that portion by saying she's amazing was because he caught a glimpse of her facials. That's why. Just fake. So Nick eyes is over there welling up like he wants to cry, and Sandy is staring at him like she's staring at Jr. like she in love, and I'm just like, girl, y'all are whack. Like, please have each other. Jr. tells her, Sandy, I told you you have a huge heart and you care a lot about people, but it's time to put yourself first. Now, I will say this: I don't disagree with the last part. It might be time for you to put yourself first, okay? Because Nick has a problem. Nick has issues, baby. That's beyond damn JR. He does have issues, okay? JR goes on and on again, okay? Telling her whoever gets her will be lucky to have her, then brings up Nick harassing her, trying to stop what they had and everything. And he really trying to drive home his point of leave that man. And I'm just like, wow. So Nick says, oh, so it was just me, right? And Sandy said, yes, it was you. And he says, but you was texting me. Okay. She brings up him popping up on them at the apartment. And he says, oh, yeah, right. Drama, drama, drama. I was like, oh, girl, both of y'all is giving it right now. Okay. Y'all are. So Scotty says he commends Nick for being in the experience alone. Okay. And then Nick says that he effed up. I get it. I effed up. He says, but he challenges any man to live on their own while the woman they love is living with somebody else. Okay. So he's like, I challenge any of y'all. Okay. Caleb tries to jump in to defend Nick and him apologizing to JR or whatever. And then JR just jumps in and says, nobody's talking to you, Caleb. Okay. But Caleb still got that point across, though. I tell you that. I tell you that. He still got that point across, though. How about that? All right. He did say that JR started taking jabs at Nick, and he didn't think that was fair to a person that just came up there and apologized to you. Like, chill out. So then JR says, don't poke your head in our business. Don't poke your head in our business. JR says it. He says it again that he popped up at our house. He popped up at our house, and then Nick like, damn, we get it. You still ragging on me about that? Like, how long you gonna hold on to that shit? We know. Everybody knows. It was recorded. It's on camera. I popped up at y'all house. Y'all didn't want me to come in. Like, why are we gonna continue to do this? JR says, Nick, yeah, you're trying to play the good guy role now. We know what you did. And it's like, can you chill out, bro? Can you chill the fuck out? Like, am I the only person that felt like JR was doing too much? Like, okay, you act like this lady really your wife. You act like he was coming to your door for Zaina. Like, are you all, like, chill? Okay, a mess. So then JR bothered saying, this man, he was sitting over there making sneak disses and stuff, talking about, oh, Sandy, you're gonna end up being with Sandy. Sandy's gonna choose you. How is that a diss? How is that a sneak diss? What does that mean? You just want to have beef with this man? Like, ugh. Okay. He is acting like a child. Sandy starts crying. I feel no ways about her crying because I feel like she about fucked that lady husband that lady man in my opinion. So she says Nick has tormented her the entire process. Now I don't disagree because he did. Calling that girl phone, blowing her damn phone up, popping up at her damn apartment, pulling up at the damn Starbucks or whatever it was, like watching them outside while they eat. Like, you do too damn much. And I hope that those are reasons that she does not marry your weird ass, okay? And Sandy, I feel like I'm not feeling you, But you do need to take heed because Nick gives me that energy, girl. That y'all ass gonna have a Lifetime movie fucking with Nick. You understand? And not Hallmark, girl. I said Lifetime. If you get my drift, okay, you're gonna be on ID channel in a minute fucking with Nick, girl. You better get careful, okay? So she says she has an emotional connection to JR more than anything, and Sandy and Nick talking later on, okay? And Nick thinks that he has a deep spiritual connection with her. And I'm like, do you think that she has a deep spiritual connection with you? Or is this just something you're feeling on your own, buddy? So he thinks he's supposed to be with her forever. You just making too many moves off of what you think. And I need you to consider what she may think because she may not want to be with you. So Sandy says him being alone has released a lot of demons in him. And he says he doesn't think her kissing JR was wrong. He just wanted to say that it hurt him. Okay. So she did tell him that he came off possessive when he was by himself. He lost his mind. He came off possessive, controlling, all kind of stuff. I said, she not lying. She's still full of shit herself, but she really not lying about his actions. And he says, I'm so in love with you. I'm so in love with you. And she just looking at him. And I'm like, yeah, dog. She ain't, this ain't that, baby. This and that. Yeah, dog. Yeah, nah, this ain't that. So he says, so Sandy says he is the kindest, deepest lover she's ever had. Everybody weird. Everybody's just weird. I just don't understand. Everybody's weird. So Arya and Scotty. So Arya misses the fun in the relationship, and Scotty says they don't live in the same city and that they work a lot, and he doesn't see the point in working hard if they can't share the money together and special moments together too. And she appreciates him planning dates, and that's something that Caleb didn't necessarily do, but being with Caleb allows her to realize some things about Scotty that she did appreciate. He asked her about Mariah's questions and how she felt about Mariah asking her about being closer to or her connection with Caleb, right? So Scotty thinks Caleb isn't being honest, and Arya says she may have connected deeper with Caleb. She likes the fact that he's a calm person, whereas when it comes to Scotty, not so much. Okay, he's more passionate. And they need to work on how they talk to each other because it's not good. Okay. Now, the entire time, Arya is explaining this to Scotty on how he makes her feel and how they show up when they communicate. For me, I see Scotty fuming right off the gate. So it's so funny to hear him at some point tell Arya about how she can't take when a person is pretty much critiquing her or telling her their thoughts about her actions or how she shows up. It's like the same stuff you saying about her is really about you. Cause that's how you act. Like your shit don't stink. Mm-mm. So Caleb and Mariah. Mariah was insecure based on what Arya says she felt for him. And he tells her it's nothing for you to read into. Like, it's really not. Okay, just let it go. And I do kind of understand a little bit about Mariah. I don't feel like she should harp on it a lot, in my opinion. But at the same time, like, it would come off as though somebody's lying. Because if this girl is being clear about how she felt and the different characteristics and qualities and all of this that you possess and stuff, but then you want to try and downplay your feelings, like, I wouldn't like that. Just keep it a buck. Like, stop trying to save my feelings. Just tell me how you honestly felt throughout that process with her. Okay. Um, she says you have the qualities of a husband. He asked, would you agree? And she says, yeah, like I do agree. But I guess my question is to you is, do you find her to have those same qualities as a wife? Of what you're looking for in a wife. And he says, yeah, she has some. I feel like that's still him not being direct. The question is either yes or no. But I guess him saying she has some confirms whatever it was Mariah was thinking. I think that Caleb makes it difficult to communicate. Like, when I started watching their scenes, I really wanted to fast forward because I'm like, they are so awkward to me. They are. Like, he just makes it difficult. I don't know if he tries to save her feelings or what, or if he just often thinks that she's going to judge him or something. I don't know what his issue is, but I do think he can make things more difficult than what they have to be. But he just gave a completely different type of energy when he was with Arya. So JR and Zena, okay, so he over there kissing her and stuff, and she says, "I don't know where your lips been at. Were they all over Sandy? Did you wash them?" Okay, and then he kind of like he ain't hear. He wants to know what she was talking about, and then she starts crying, and she says that it's effed up to find out that way, and she had no contact with him. So she thought that he was committed to her, and she thought that she knew him and knew how he was going to show up, and to find out that he didn't even tell her about it kind of hurts to find out that way when she rather had known it from him. So she asked him, was there more? And he says, yeah, we kissed twice. Can I say that they liars? Can I say that? I know I can say it. They are fucking liars, okay? First of all, he kissed her multiple times. He kissed her when they went on the first date before they even, well, maybe that was the first week when they started living together, when they were in the restaurant, right? Okay. He kissed her at the pool, right? Okay. And then he kissed her in the bed like the last week when she got in the bed, they pecked. And am I tripping? Because I could have sworn I saw a trailer or something of the ultimatum where JR had a towel and that's all he had on and he was about to go into the room. And I don't know if they edited that out, if we're going to see that later, but I feel like that was a part of the trailer. Now, granted, the woman that could have been in the room could have been, um, it could have been Zaina or it could have been Sandy. So I was looking. If y'all know where that trailer is, send it to me because I'm trying to see what woman could potentially be in a room with him, child. Okay, because what the hell? But there's that, honey. What else? So he tells her, yeah, we cuddled at night, but not every night. Not every night. Oh, you know what else JR did? That also leads me to believe that it was some sexual stuff. Didn't he get behind her at the bowling alley when she bent over? And didn't he also say if he wins the game that she got to sleep in his t-shirt and nothing else? Yeah, y'all fucked. Ain't no way y'all having that much sexual energy between each other. And by the third week, y'all don't fuck each other. Like, I refuse to believe. So they're definitely holding some secrets. And if y'all are not going to tell us by the next episode 9 or whatever, y'all better air it out at the fucking reunion for sure. Stop saving these people, honey. Y'all done put us through too much. We already had 3 couples to drop out. Y'all better show us something. Okay, so she says she feels how she feels, but they were broken up, so she can't hold him accountable. I understand, but at the same time, this is why you get the results that you do get. Because I feel like you don't hold him accountable, and I do feel like you excuse a lot of his fucking behavior. You know what I'm saying? You get that man what he want to avoid arguing. I don't know, girl. I don't know what that man. Anywho, he says that he did admit that he caught feelings. Okay, she asked, "You have feelings for Sandy?" And he says, no, we broke up. It's over. He says he's probably not leaving with her. And Zaina asked if he wants to be with her, and we got no answer. Okay, so it went on to the next thing. So Arya and Scotty, she wants him to be self-aware. She doesn't want to be married to someone who never sees where they can be better and hear her out. Okay, and rightfully so. I support that. So she says she didn't think he cared at times and defended himself more than seeing where she was coming from. He always does this. He always defends himself more than seeing where she's coming from. And when she tries to do the same, he flips it on her like she's the damn problem. Okay. So he starts talking about Zaina and he admits about them having a connection. And Scotty says he doesn't by the friendship with her and Caleb. Now, at one point, he said that he wasn't tripping off the stuff with her and Caleb no more. But then now you're saying that you don't buy the friendship between her and Caleb. And she jumps in and tries to explain. He says, let me finish. And he says she's trying to defend herself instead of letting him finish. And it's like, didn't she just tell you that? She just said sometimes you often care about defending yourself more than seeing where I'm coming from. So now she doing to you what you be doing to her and you don't like it, huh? Anywho. So he says she doesn't let him share his feelings. Like, you never let me share my feelings. You don't let me share. Da 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 da. He says it makes me hesitant about the proposal. She says, well, that's okay. Like, that's okay. Like, that's you staying true to yourself. I said, I know that's damn right. Because honestly, you talking to her like she the one that wanted the proposal. That's what you want. It makes me hesitant about the proposal. Okay, be hesitant. Again, sir, that's what you want. You act like you hurting her. Anywho, so let's get to Mariah and Caleb with their confusing selves. So Caleb thinks she's hyper focused on finding a problem, and that could potentially be true. Potentially. I mean, maybe she is like being hyper focused on finding the issue with them and she could just move on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe so. And I said, yeah, I could see why he says that, but then I also made a note to say that it also comes off as though you're not being honest. So when somebody feel like their partner or a person is not being honest, they're going to continue to probe. Okay, so I mean, you're not. So she says he always does this when she just wants to talk. And he doesn't want to hear about this. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't want to hear about my shortcomings every day. Can we do this maybe bi-weekly or monthly? Like, I don't want to always hear you ragging on me or whatever. And she says she isn't against him. She says he struggles with taking things personal or whatever. Um and that was pretty much that. In that moment, I was like, I don't fully understand them. Okay? I don't fully understand them. She's asking questions that I don't think is wrongfully of her to ask, but then he's acting like it's a problem for her to ask. And when she does ask the questions, I guess he feels offended, like she's poking at him or something. Like, it's confusing. Anyway, girl, Sandy and Nick. So she wants quality time from him. I guess that's something she's always begged him for, and he hasn't fully always made time for her. And he feels like he's giving that to her. And he wants them to meet in the middle. Right? He is even ready to hunch on her, if you get my drift. But she ain't ready to do all that. She's staying one step at a time. I said, yeah, BIT, that's because you already let JR hit that. And you still thinking about JR Zick is what's going on. Okay? And if y'all didn't use no type of protection, you about want to make sure that if you is a pregnant, that you know who you pregnant by, possibly. But girl, let me tell you what's going to let you know who your baby daddy is. If that's the case, it's going to be them jeans. Okay? But anyway, girl, that's that. Now, let's get to JR and Zena. Because she talks about the kiss again, and he asks if this is going to be an everlasting effect on them if they get engaged. And she says, no, not unless something else happened. And I said, they left that in for a reason. Not unless something else happened. I said, yeah, they made sure not to edit that part out. Okay. She says, no, JR said, no, I said, JR is finally saying that he loves Zena. He says he loves Zena. Then he says she's been the best girlfriend he ever had, and he doesn't want to lose her. But didn't you just say that Sandy was the best active listener that you've ever listened to in your life? Wasn't you just praising Sandy not too long ago in your girl face? But she's the best girlfriend you ever had. Girl, this man is full of shit. Sandy and Nick. So Sandy over there crying, but she's crying because in my opinion, she crying because she missing JR. She laying in the bed, but she talking about a dog or whatever little animal, Puzzy, Puffy, whatever the dog was. And so he go over there, Nick go over there, hug on her and say, are you crying about that or are you crying about something else? Like, what is it? Are you crying about what's going on? And she says, this week has just been a lot and I'm on an emotional roller coaster. And I'm like, yeah, because you missing JR. You're having withdrawals. Be very clear about that. Be very clear about that. Okay? I can't wait till they air it out. Mariah and Caleb are back talking. I feel like it just be a lot of tension watching them. It just be too much going on. She doesn't think he is understanding of why she communicates with him, and it creates friction between them. And she tells him he shuts down and he's doing it again where he pretty much is shutting down. Okay? I was just like, I don't be understanding them. Okay? I really don't. So the group link up and everybody arm in arm with that guy, but then Nick and Sandy sitting on two opposite sides, and wherever Sandy is, she gotta be near a damn JR. Eventually she does go over and sit on Nick's lap, you know. But I feel like she about did that because she saw Sandy being arm in arm with her man as she was sitting down. But anyway, girl. In the beginning, I don't know. Let's keep going because I talked about that. So JR and Nick, we learned they ended up getting the same tattoo. That was crazy. Caleb reveals that he's still thinking about Arya because he thinks he woke up next to her. Uh-huh. So JR and Sandy, so they do have a talk when they're outside, and he talks about how they've changed, and he doesn't like that she told Zena that they have no deep connection and that they were just friends. And Sandy says that she wants to try and protect she wants to try to protect Zena. Okay, that's what she wants to do and not try to brag or do anything like that. She thinks that's really his place to tell her and not her place. And he asked if it was genuine or if it was fake. Okay, and she feels like it was real. Whatever the connection was between them, whatever they had, it was real. She tells him to trust his gut when it comes to engagement and when it comes to marriage. And he tells her she needs to put herself first. Okay. Now, JR thinks he and Sandy still have a spark and says that he can see Sandy as a life partner. Get the fuck. Please send him on. Please send him on. I can't. Please send him on. Please send him on. Nick pulls Zena for a chat. They discuss the kiss. She tells him that JR says Sandy initiated the second kiss. So Nick is kind of taken aback, like, what the fuck happened? Nick uses this as an opportunity to lash out on Sandy, right? And I'm just like, why? Why? And now I see what she's saying about your emotional instability. Ain't nobody got time to deal with that. Okay, so he tells her that he doesn't know if she has been completely honest with him, and he asks, "Is there anything you haven't told me that you think he may have told Zena?" Now I did like how he asked that question to see if she was gonna spill tea on him, but because I do feel like Sandy was eavesdropping on their conversation, she knew about the second kiss, so she knew to ask about that. So she's like, "What she told? Did he tell you or whatever? Or did she tell you about the second kiss or whatever?" So they kissed like 3 times. So she's still lying, people. They kissed like 3 times. All right. So Nick trying to, or probably more than that, but those are the 3 that I recall. So Nick trying to have a reason to show his ass. In my opinion, he getting up and he's frustrated. Don't put your hands on me. Don't talk to me. Walking over here, walking. It's like you want her to run behind you or something. You want her to go crazy over you because that's how you act. Go on. So then he goes on to tell her, like, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around you. When were you going to tell me this? When were you going to let me know about the second kiss? You really doing all of this over a second fucking peck, bro? And then she says, after we were done filming, he said, after we were engaged, and she looking like, I wasn't finna say yeah to you. I'm not finna marry you. I know what you're talking about. But then I also understand a little of what Nick is trying to say, because it's like, dang, if you ain't tell me about the second kiss and I'm just not finding out about it, what am I going to find out about next? The fact that y'all had sex? Is that what it is? And I'm like, absolutely. And don't act like you're going to leave her even if you were to find it out, because you're not. You're going to continue to stick right there beside her. So shut the hell up. I'm just over everybody. Last episode, me please. But that's all I got. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Let me know your thoughts, honey. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden, they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be